Hey, all the viewers. Today we have in our talk show with us Mr. GK Singh, who is the director and owner for Asian Institute of Quality Management. Welcome, Mr. GK Singh, to the show today. And we would definitely like to start with how your journey started. And I'm sure viewers will be excited to know this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I will take you a little back because prior to Asian Institute of Quality Management, there is little more business history, which is related to this. So I will start from there. After my engineering and management studies, I had one very clear vision that I didn't want to go out of India. Those were the days when very large percentage of people from IIT, IIM used to try to go out of India. But I had a clear vision. Whatever I do, I will achieve in India. And yes, I would travel for business, but not for settling out of India. So that was my vision from the beginning. And fortunately, I have achieved that in my life. And I'm not sorry about it. I'm very happy that I stuck to India and it helped me a lot, in fact. Those days, of course, idea of startup was very rare. Today, we have a lot more schemes and, benefits available to youngsters to start these startups. Those days, many of us were from, like myself, from a typical government family, father in government service, mother housewife, everybody that son should go into a government job. So first deviation was not going for government job, go into a private job. And then another deviation was to go into own business, which was like a lot of resistance initially at home. But I think ultimately it all settled down and everybody was happy over a period of time. Now, I started my first venture in 1991 after I had worked for 16 years in industry. And that was deliberate because I wanted to get practical experience before starting on my own. So around age 40, and I think many people today, of course, go into start up at very young age, like 25, and they do well. But in our age, those days, it was not so easy. So I thought get more experience. And around the age 40, I gave up a very good job and got into business. Yes, it was a big risk, but the business was success. We got into manufacturing of power electronics products. And this was under the name of Galaxy Electronics. And that business runs even today. Okay. And in this business, we applied the concepts of quality management, ISO 9000, Six Sigma, lean management, and we got great success. Means we were way ahead in the business because of these things. And that is what led me to think that why not spread this culture of lean and Six Sigma in the industry. So this is what, and I was always fond of teaching. So this is what gave birth to the idea of starting Asian Institute of Quality Management, so which was started around 1995. Now, once we did that, then the growth was very good for us. And those days, particularly for lean and Six Sigma, there weren't many people in this part of India. We started growing initially in Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. And we got a very good response from the industry. So that's how it encouraged us to go further.
Wow. So that means AIQM is growing under the umbrella of a person who is experienced as well as who's implemented the systems themselves. So that's, I think that's the best part that makes you apply it for others as well.
There used to be a placard at one hotel in Lonavala while traveling from Bombay, I used to see. And they used to have a placard, the owner of this hotel also eats here. So I have believed in that concept.
That's nice. Also, like earlier, as you said, that there was not much competition in the market, like with respect to Six Sigma courses. But today, if you see, it is little bit of becoming kind of a saturated market where we see a lot of new players coming in. Even the old ones have started following these kind of techniques and systems to help businesses grow properly. So how you are managing your stake there, how you're managing your space there in that kind of market?
To begin with, till about 2015, we started this AIQM around 2001, and till 2015, nearly first 14 years, we had practically no competition. So, but because we didn't have competition, it was even more important that we must not become complacent. And for this reason, we decided to be very conscious about the customer satisfaction, which is what we teach others and which is what we have learned in Lean and Six Sigma. So our focus was satisfaction of customers. So this is derived from the concept that any customer, whether it is a customer of AIQM or any industry, they want three things: good quality, which is quality of product and support after the delivery, reasonable cost, and delivery on time. Now, this concept of QCD has originally come from Toyota. And we know the success of Toyota as an organization till date. Right. And to be very honest, I think our success is that we have been following the model of Toyota. It has definitely helped us to build good customer loyalty and good market growth. When you give QCD to customer, for him, that is value. So that's how we give value to customer.
That's amazing. So we have also seen that, earlier, we can say technology has been trying to find spaces in various fields. But lately, in the past 2 years, it has just shot up. Like, the use of technology in offices, in industries, whether like whatever be the different fields. So, like past 2 months, I have just interacted with people from a lot of backgrounds, and we have seen like the impact of technology has been very much now. And the things that were foreseen for like suppose 2025, we were just able to do it in 2021. So that's something that happened with industry. So like, what was the case with AIQM? I mean, like, how did you cope up with technology, and what are the new things that you tried during these 2 years to bring to come back to the market in the online world?
To be honest with you, we somehow had moved into this prior to the pandemic, 2-3 years earlier. There were 2-3 reasons. We had some clients in the ITES sector who already wanted us to do remote training. So concept of giving remote training programs, those days it was more through Skype, right, was very common for us. It was like routine. So when, for example, in 2020, we had the lockdown, changing over to virtual training for us was like, it was a habit. So it was nothing different. That was one. Secondly, the social media marketing also we were doing. Digital payments we were already using. So we were into it, all of these things, and learning management system. So we had recorded our programs way back in 2015. So we have been following the offering video recorded lectures programs. So for us, remote learning, online training programs, in addition to physical, was not a big change. But yes, for many of our customers, it was a change. Because, it took some time, I have seen, for industry in India and many other countries to accept the concept of virtual training. Even today, there are clients who will say that, no, we will wait. When things will stabilize, we will go for physical training. We don't want to. So there is a little resistance to virtual training. But then there are many clients who have moved to virtual training and they have found it is quite effective. We have used virtual mode for classes, for consultancy, mentoring for the Lean and Six Sigma projects. We have also used for carrying out audits for ISO management. It works. We have not had any issues or complaints as such. People are happy with it.
Yeah, right. Even that brings to my starting days, before pandemic, when I used to bring forward the system of online learning under our brand Mindynamics. And that was the time, like, frankly speaking, we were rejected on space, saying that, girl, this is not going to work, so don't waste your time there. But then fortunately, like, this whole thing happened. Fortunately, unfortunately, this whole thing happened, and like, the world could understand that we need to change. Like, businesses could understand that we need to change if we want to move forward. So that was another, like, a way in which we could introduce our services in the best possible manner, and we got a boost in the post-COVID world. So definitely, like, technology, as we see, like, now is becoming a routine, like, with us, with everyone, with all the industries that they are taking up. And I have also seen that you have, like, a lot of international clients, like, whom you serve. So definitely, like, this is my next question to you, that how do you pitch international clients? Because, like, being from India, serving from India, like, how do you execute? How do you move forward with international clients?
Yeah, that's a good question. You'll be surprised, we have never pitched for business right from the start, because I have seen, if we follow a genuine and honest approach with the client and we give him little more than promised, he comes back to us and they are happy to refer us to other clients. So I can tell you that nearly 90% of our growth has come through referral business, whether it is, so we have people who have, say, undergone training with us or consultancy with us, say 15 years ago in India. Some of them are now in Middle East, someone is in Europe. They have referred us there also. So, this is what has helped us to, of course, prior to the pandemic, we used to do a lot of traveling. I myself, for instance, was traveling about 15 days a month for overseas training programs, because those were all physical trainings. That is, of course, now, last 2 years, I've not traveled for a single day. So you can see the difference. 2 weeks a month and not a single day in 2 years. So that is where the difference has come. So customer reference makes a lot of difference. We've mainly grown through that. One of my client, VP in Camlin, used to often tell me, people you don't have to ask people for business. They come to you for business. And it actually has been happening that way.
Wow, I think that referrals are working like a magic for you.
Yeah, but it's not that, it's just that if you do a good job, people are satisfied, they will give you the references. You don't have to ask. I have seen that. They come to you. They are happy to refer you to friends.
Wow. So, I mean, that talks a lot about your brand value.
Thank you so much.
So, like, basically, what are the services that you offer in AIQM?
We are largely into operational excellence, training and consultancy. So we train the working professionals in public batches, and we also train batches in corporate organizations. Corporate organizations normally go for training in Six Sigma and Lean with an idea to implement in their actual work, because these are tools which help to improve the productivity, achieve cost reduction, and increase the business. So, these are all tools which are always popular. And now, post-pandemic, these have become even more useful to people. So more and more organizations are turning to Lean and Six Sigma and TQM with an idea to meet the challenges after the pandemic. So with corporate, we train them and we give them consultancy. This is normally called as a mentoring consultancy. We handhold the people to implement the concepts in form of improvement projects. And they, over a period of time, learn this from us, and then they continue doing on their own. And it's a sort of investment which the organization does in terms of training and consultancy. And the ROI is pretty good. Means if we have seen if a company has spent, say, X on the training and implementation, let's say in 3 years, they have spent about 40 lakh rupees. It's pittance actually compared to the returns which they get in terms of savings and increase in growth in sales, which could go to crores. So it is justified. And this is what really benefits the people. So 80% of our business is in this form. Another 20% is related to the ISO standards, like the quality management, environmental management, health and safety. But for us, that was the business which we had started initially, but very quickly we had moved it into Lean and Six Sigma based on our experience in our own company. And we could see that growth for organization benefits will come much faster through Lean and Six Sigma. Although ISO 9000 for quality, for example, it's a good basic system. But if an organization has to get quick results and grow consistently over a period of time, then Lean and Six Sigma are very useful. And that's how it is working for our clients.
Wow. So, like, what are your look forwards for the next years to come? Like, how do you look forward AIQM growing in, you're already there in the international space, but still, like, what are your plans to grow in future?
See, we have a fairly good range of products. Of course, continual improvement keeps happening. For example, last year we have added KPI professional certification courses, which were not there earlier with us. So we keep looking for certain niche areas and keep offering such courses. But the bigger plan right now is, at least for next 3 years. Right now, we are present in 11 countries outside India. Our plan is that we should increase our presence to 25 countries in the next 3 years. So right now, the focus is going to be more on the geographical growth. Products, whatever will get added in due course. Like one of our representatives, we have a concept of franchisees. So one of our franchisee in Malaysia has been suggesting that we should join hands with him and implement Lean Six Sigma for supply chain management. He's a supply chain expert. So such opportunities, when they come, we do take advantage. But we are planning to go more into a geographical expansion.
Wow. So I really wish success for Team AIQM, and we want to see you growing in the years to come. Thank you for this short talk where you could help us with the insights from the Sigma courses and like certification and how it's moving forward and a lot changing with technology. So definitely it was an insightful talk, and I hope the same it will be for the viewers.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure.